Remove your chicken, you find your sauce is maybe not as thick as you like. Remove your chicken, place it back on the stove, and reduce it or slowly cook it down for a few moments. And then we want to place just a small amount of chopped parsley. Garnish with a little bit of the fresh thyme. And there you have a very beautiful, hearty peasant meal of the chicken Portuguese. I would serve it myself like you would a cake. Slice a nice piece off and serve it to your guest. Again, this is just another way of using the basic techniques of braising. And for our final recipe, we're doing pork adobo, a classic example of stewing. To start our recipe, we're going to be using pork butt or pork shoulder, whichever is most convenient. You can have your butcher cut it into, 1.5 inch cubes, or do it yourself. And we're going to be using in there some garlic, and you want to take and mince that fairly fine. Main flavor is bay leaf. Bay L'Oreal, a very, very sweet, aromatic spice. And we're going to be starting here with possibly 3 to 4 of the smaller leaves. If you have the larger leaves, only use 2. And whole black peppercorn. These peppercorns, once when they start stewing, they break, become very soft and very spicy. Red wine vinegar is our acid. Soy sauce, or you can use tamari. Tamari is not as high as the sodium content as the soy sauce. But again, either will do in this recipe. Fish sauce is a very instrumental part in this recipe. And we have here nut mam. It's from Vietnam. And it is another style of fish sauce, somewhat a little bit sweeter. And that's what I'll be using today. We'll take and place this in refrigeration 3 to 4 hours. Now that my pork is marinated, I want to take and brown it off in a large, deep sauté pan for stewing. I'm using a slotted spoon to remove it from the marinade. As you can see now, the pork is nice and evenly browned. I'll be adding to that some very thinly sliced onion. The smell is coming up very, very aromatic. Very delicious. I'll be adding back my marinades. And now I'll be adding my stock. Light stock is for light meat, and dark stock for dark meat. Again, the aspect of stewing here is to totally submerge what you're cooking. I want it to go and to be very tender, so I'm going to be placing my lid on. Now, keeping it at about medium heat for about 20 minutes. And now my pork adobo is ready to serve. It'll be accompanied with steamed rice and roasted sesame seed. We'll place a small amount of the pork adobo in the center of the dish here. Garnish the plates. And for a little bit of freshness to this and color, just a small amount of cilantro. There we have pork adobo from the Philippines.
On HTV, theatrical agents with attitude.
Representing you is quite the most hideously embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me.
The 10%ers, tonight at 9:30.
Not many of us have a sounds garden like the one here at Bristol Nursery School. If you want to find out more, watch the weekly Eco tomorrow night at 7:30. We'll also be listening to a cook who sings the blues and finding out what happens to waste when a nuclear power station closes down. That's tomorrow night, 7:30 on HTV. See you then.
Tanya flies to Japan for a very important date in the last in the present series of The Young Doctors. Next.
So the delicate flavor of sun-ripened cherries won't escape you. And the taste of ripe, juicy peach and exotic maracuya isn't lost. We add generous lumps of real succulent fruit to the rich, thick yogurt in a Muller Light. And all we subtract is simply the fat. Muller Light from Muller. Less than 100 calories, made to taste like more than 1,000.
When you get acid indigestion or heartburn, Rennie works fast. In fact, more people in Britain take Rennie than any other indigestion remedy. Fast, effective Rennie for on-the-spot relief.
Bring 4 garments into Bollum right now, and we'll clean them for just £12. Better buy Bollum.
Now, taking us up to the mid-afternoon news, the last in the present series of The Young Doctors.
Oh, this is a great idea of yours, Mike, throwing a farewell party.
Yeah, thanks for helping out, Suzanne. Not really in the mood.
Yes, well, you going to keep on with the restaurant?
How else am I going to get 4 square meals a day?
Well, I think the happiest night we had here was when Dennis and Caroline got married.
I missed out on that one.
Well, he made a lovely speech. It sort of summed up the way a lot of us feel about each other here at the Albert.
I guess I'd like to say thanks. Thanks for sharing this great day with us. Oh, and thanks for the presents and cards. I'd really like to thank Dad and Mum for all they've done for us. I guess I'm one of the lucky ones, eh? Lovely wife. Great little kid for a son. Friends like you.
Graham and Eve Steele had their wedding reception here, too. It's really been like a second home to us here at the Albert. It'll be nice to know we still have that.
Yeah. For those who stay put, there'll be a lot of people moving in different directions.